Both sisters went to get married on the same day. However, after the wedding, their lives turned out completely different. The calm older sister had married a dead poor guy. Everyone thought her future would be pitch black, never imagining that after marriage, that same guy would work his tail off to become a wealthy businessman. They were living a life of heavenly bliss. In contrast, the arrogant younger sister was set to marry a rich and powerful army officer. It seemed she would live like a queen. But just 5 days after the wedding, the officer died in a tragic accident. She became a widow at such a young age, and her life turned into a miserable struggle. Seeing this massive disparity, the younger sister's mind filled with greed and shock. She decided she would rather die with her sister. But then, both suddenly died and woke up on the exact day their marriages were being finalized. Just like in the previous life, the mother wanted the older daughter to marry the poor guy. However, the younger sister snatched the marriage papers and insisted she would marry the poor guy instead of her sister. The older sister immediately realized that her sibling had also been reborn. The mother, always favoring the younger one, kept urging her to choose the army officer. To convince her, the younger sister cooked up a lie, saying a fortune teller told her the poor guy would become rich and the officer would die young. Believing this, the mother handed the officer's marriage papers to the older sister. Remembering the hardships of her past life, the older sister noticed that the mother had given the house, the bicycle, and the sewing machine to the younger sister. This time, she demanded her share of the dowry from the mother. When the mother refused, the younger sister pulled her aside and whispered, "Mom, I need to marry into that wealth. You have to agree to her terms. I'm certain about this." Seeing her confidence, the mother agreed to the older sister's demands. But the cunning younger sister didn't realize one thing. In the past life, the guy became rich only because the older sister used her wit and soul to push him forward. She also didn't know that the older sister had suffered immensely in that perfect life, enduring a toxic mother-in-law and a cheating husband. The older sister thought to herself, "Since you've made up your mind, it's my turn now. You can suffer in my place." The dowry arrived from both grooms. The poor guy's side brought a heavy dowry, but the officer couldn't make it himself because he was on duty, so he sent someone else. The younger sister started mocking them. "Look, my fiancé brought the dowry himself. That officer couldn't even show up. How embarrassing." The older sister replied calmly, "The officer didn't come because he is serving the country. I am proud he is my fiancé." Meanwhile, the officer's family told him the brides had been swapped. When he saw the photo of the older sister, he was stunned. She was his first love. He had been looking for her but had accidentally sent the proposal to the younger sister by mistake. Now, by a stroke of luck, he was getting the girl he actually wanted. The younger sister continued to mock her, saying, "Marrying an officer who is always away is like marrying an empty house." But before she could finish, a car pulled up and the officer stepped out, something that never happened in the previous life. "I'm sorry I'm late," he said, handing over $2,000 as a gift. He sat down for tea, completely ignoring the poor guy. Fuming with rage, the poor guy grabbed the younger sister and left. To see what happens next, write next part in the comments.